hair. Vegas. Leaving Las Vegas.
Slow you down and take it all in. Hot side of car. Mammoth Lakes.
I think the best thing about being outside and being on this trip is that you can brush your teeth, and instead of staring at yourself in the mirror, you can look out and see the definition of awesome. These mountains and the rocks are just phenomenal. Hearing the river behind you and the lake on the side, and it's just absolutely wonderful to be outside.
Is it garbage or trash?
You were paying attention. Yeah.
Well, now, can I garbage talk you, or is it always trash talking?
Depends on what terms you use. Are they organic? I think most of the standard swear words are biodegradable.
Jason will be in the back. We'll stop and gather up at trail junctions.
What we take from this, whatever you take from this, whatever that is, not just the beauty of it, but why ever you're here is the thing that you need to share with those folks.
My favourite aspect has been being completely off the grid. In other words, no telephones, no internet, no toxic politics.
Our landmark where we are camping off of the lake. So I think it's the little sad tree, but it could be that little sad tree, but we're pretty sure it's that little sad tree.
So our whole camp is amid all those rocks and trees up there.
Yep.
Even though we can't see a thing, except rocks and trees.
See, this is an example of how too many chefs do not spoil the broth.
Walk slow enough that you don't have to stop every 2 minutes.
I don't know. I would just
very quiet.
That seems like a portion.
Obviously, you're not going up like God, okay?
No, but
you're
I think this is the mile distance. This part is, the altitude is not the mile. I think the mile
exactly.
is that.
So
the
she
slope
said a
is the
mile, and I was converting the mile into vertical feet.
Yeah.
So I had this nightmare. It's like, I can't do that, I can't do that. Of course I can do that.
Because I don't know how high we are.
Not without
here,
getting blisters.
Or under.
Hey, Jason?
Yeah.
Can you come on over with your bowl, please?
Right? Like when they have pictures of this, you know, from like 1965, you're like, discard. Like, get pick the picture of Grandma, because that's the really interesting. Look, there's Grandma on a horse. There's Grandma on a Harley.
enjoy the most about being up here in California in these mountains is sort of the micro and the macro. And the macro, of course, are the huge, gorgeous mountains that you see, and the micro are the small plants, the tiny flowers that are everywhere as you're walking along the trail. Mariposa, lily, and Indian paintbrush, and all the other ones that we see up here just make this a magical place to visit.
Finding poop spots has been my least favorite. Just trying to find a spot that's, you know, far enough away from the trail, far enough away from water, and where you can dig a 6-inch deep hole. I usually try to go near a tree so I'm like not out in the open, and then you run into the roots, and then, you know, I don't remember that being so irritating to me in the past.
We had a bear in camp.
The bears got into the bear barrels, and this is very bad because if you feed the bears get habituated, and it's dangerous for the bears. They could be euthanized.
Just unsettling to suddenly hear something rustling through the bear canisters trying to find food.
Going to bed at night has never been easy. Fear of bears.
And that's when you remember, oh, I have sunscreen in my pack, and my pack is in my tent with me.
Yeah, he was taking it like a man.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he's still filming.
What kind of day has he had? And if he can't get in the canisters, will he be a bit feisty as he comes by my tent? A lot of thoughts go through your mind.
So I was listening to Coldplay while standing in the lake at about 2 feet, and it looked like the Aurora Borealis in the lake because the shimmering of the light with the waves went with the music and the mountains, and it was bliss.
Did you find mushrooms on the trail?
I saw a mushroom. I saw a mushroom, believe it or not, in the lake. I was like, what is that?
My favorite part of the trip was actually today, sitting at the base of the waterfall between the two cascades. There was a nice grassy spot, and it was such a hot day down here. It must have been 30 degrees cooler. The mist just kind of misting you, and the breeze.
The second day swimming in the lake, and I went out to a little island and then swam back.
One thing I appreciate about the terrain is that there are all kinds of pine trees and spruce trees, and I have a special affinity for pine trees, and I even went ahead and kind of landscaped a little pine tree over there.
You have to include the camaraderie of all the individuals that we met, and the stories that we shared, the experiences that we shared, including all the scenery, etc. But no, one of the best trips that I've been on.
Drop this little mini boat that Leela created, and we're going to drop it in the river, and she's going to get it down river.
We hope.
We hope, right.
HMS Adventurer.
Yeah, HMS Adventurer. Jill, will you do the honors?
Sure.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, go. And?
That went fast.
It's gone?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if she finds it downriver. Okay, here's an update. The HMS Adventurer cannot be found. It is MIA. We don't know where it is.
Captain and crew showed outstanding bravery under conditions of the greatest treachery. The captain shall be knighted, and all crew shall be given leave.
Worst, because I can't think of anything else, having to dig through the beer cans 3 times to find the apple pie. Because it would just be a travesty if we didn't have dessert. And the apple pie was delicious, by the way.
I don't know if that's like the best burger I've ever had because they make the best burgers, or if that was the best burger I ever had because I was like out in the woods for 6 days, but that was the best burger I've ever had.